A sales professional is one who is truly there to help and serve their customer and understand what their customers' needs are, even before they think about providing a solution.
Hey, John Smybert with Luigi Prestinenzi. G'day, Luigi.
How you going, mate?
You're going to love Luigi. Great background in sales and really an expert in communicating the right way in which we all need to sell and for managers, the right way to manage. So I'm really delighted to have you, Luigi.
Oh, mate, really privileged that you've asked me to come along. I'm humbled, so thank you.
Luigi, let's talk about a subject I know is top of mind for both of us.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people that out there struggle with it, managers particularly, and that is the whole world of mindset for sales, the right mindset. Can you tell me what you think about the importance of mindset and what you think the right mindset is?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for asking that. For me, it's probably one of the most important topics that we should be discussing at the moment, especially in the world of selling. I find, from a mindset perspective, we first got to think about what is the role of a sales professional. It's not just about getting in there and selling a product or service or pushing our needs onto others. It's actually about really articulating, what are our values? Who are we serving? How are we helping? So it's...
And it's probably the ones with the wrong values and the wrong approach to the wrong mindset that actually creates a lot of damage for the sales fraternity.
And that's why I like to separate them. I say, a sales professional is one who is truly there to help and serve their customer and understand what their customers' needs are, even before they think about providing a solution. The solution is irrelevant. If we provide a solution just because it meets our needs, then we're not fulfilling the right values that make up a sales professional. And I say that, we go to a doctor and we wouldn't expect the doctor to diagnose us or provide us with a prescription if they don't do a proper diagnosis.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's absolutely crucial that we as sales professionals need to understand what is the mindset, what are our role, what are our behaviours that we need to exhibit, even before we start talking to a customer.
So tell me what you think the right sort of mindset for sales is. Let's define that.
Well, I think there's three key elements. One is that we're there to build a relationship first and foremost. Sales for me, it's all about relationship. Understand we live in a digital world where we've been told content's king, but without the relationship, how do I even ask a question? How have I earned the right to ask a question? So first and foremost, we've got to build a relationship. Second, it's about creating value and giving value. I say that, giving value because we have to give something to start the process. And then third is help the customer choose us. So if we look at that from a mindset perspective, and there's characteristics and behaviours that we need to exhibit in each element. Knowing that I'm there to help, I'm there to serve you, I'm there to help you achieve a better state. If that means I help understand what the opportunity is and it's something that I can't deliver, I'm not just going to advocate it because it meets my needs.
Right.
It's about truly putting the customer at the centre of everything that we do.
And that's tough sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you've got targets. You've got your own need of meeting targets. And
we'll probably talk more about that. But one of the issues I've got is you can get a salesperson and try and get their mindset right, but that can be totally destroyed by the behaviour of a sales manager sometimes, right?
Yeah, and that's the fine balance, right? That's the managing up component, and knowing that, and also that's going, am I aligned to the organisation? Are my needs aligned to the organisation?
To the selling organisation.
Absolutely. Yeah. If there's no alignment there, then there's a couple of questions that you should be asking yourself.
I think that's a very good point. I've seen lots of organisations that really have their whole approach and their value system, etc., is all about getting the order, getting the revenue, and not about how do we create value for the customer and putting the customer at the centre of everything we do. And I'm, for all the salespeople out there, if you're with an organisation like that and those values sort of grate with you, time to move on.
Absolutely. We're spending a lot of time in our jobs. Fulfillment is a big part of it. And again, that's why I say it's about the mindset. It's about understanding what are our values, what's our philosophy. That's Jim Rohn used to talk about this quite a lot. The values, our philosophy, dictates what we do next. What are our actions?
It's a very foundation of good selling, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why for me, one of the best books that I've ever read, I know I read every year, is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah.
Because it talks about, you know, leading with positivity. And there's so many things that he spoke about, and he's nearly 100 years old, that are even more relevant today than ever before.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of aspects of selling has changed, and we need to understand how to selling it. But some of the basic foundations of selling, good selling, has never changed.
Absolutely. Also, John, like, you know, the thing, and I talk about this in what I talk about is image. And I don't mean image about the way we dress. It's about how am I showing up to work? You know, how am I starting my day? What type of positive input am I putting into myself so that I can be the best person I can be for the day? And when we think about it, when I look at high-performing salespeople, and I've got one particular client, she's an absolute gun, and everyone says we can't do what she does. And now I actually watched her for a number of days. What does she do? She gets in earlier than her time. She plans the night before. She knows what her key priorities are in her pipeline. She's diligent, she's selfish with her time, and she focuses on the customer, making sure the need is there, and she follows up. So if I look at that, I go, well, what are those characteristics? Most of them are not sales skill related, right? So she's very clear on what she needs to do, and she puts in the time and effort.
But you even talk about sales skills, because she's that diligent about planning her whole world. She'll also be diligent about developing her own capabilities. You know, the ability to hold a conversation with the customer and ask the right questions and tell the stories. I bet she's doing all that too.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny. I had a coaching session with her, and just finished the financial year number 1, right? And by far, yeah. And her first question was, she was looking at her yield, average yield per sale, and said, "Hang on, somebody else beat me on that." Right? And she said, if I can just increase my yield by X%, he's doing it, I can do it. That means across all my units of sales, it's going to mean this much extra in revenue. Now, for me, that's the difference between high performer, because it's about looking at what can I do to improve my performance. So that's a mindset thing.
Yep.
Right? That's not about skill. That's not about, I'm going to go out and close all these deals.
Okay, can I close it there?
Yeah,
because I want to have a lot more discussions with Luigi. I love the subject. Mindset's absolutely critical, and it's something I think you said it. We all need to think about it every day.
Absolutely.
And train our mind to have the right mindset. I recommend that you all listen to what Luigi just had to say, and you do make it a diligent part of every day. That's sales management, sales leadership, and sales people, to really drive the right mindset, to drive the value in the business, both for your customer and to your own organisation. Luigi, thank you.
Thanks, John.